Hello, I am Fjallsback and welcome to Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Amn. Right, we are approaching the secret camp of the wild mages, and all sorts of stuff is happening every time we try to cast the healing spells, among other things, so that's all fun and games. So maybe Nira will help us out this time around. Okay. Well, speak with Haynes.
Hey, hey, hey! God, that never gets old, does it? Good to see you. And you too, Talana. Sorry it took me so long to get back. Long story short, I gave away my last talisman. Teleporting didn't work, and I had to walk here from the city. This person helped clear a path through the woods. Stop giving them dirty looks, Hayes. You have no reason to be suspicious. They're a good sort.
Perhaps I misjudged you. I'm Hayes.
Pardon, my husband. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Talana.
Alright, it's a pleasure to meet you as well, and you, Hayes?
Great! I can really feel the bond of me. Best get down to business quick, though. As you might have guessed, we need help against the Thayans.
They have an organization that's kidnapping, studying, and doing who knows what else to wild mages. They call it the Order of the Eight Staves.
Talana, Hayes, and I created the Hidden Refuge about a month ago.
It's more than a sanctuary, it's our little way of organizing efforts against the Red Wizards. I haven't been back in a while, so Talana probably has some news. Do you have some questions before she tells us what's been happening? Right, how did the three of you meet?
I've just come to Ethkatla, and I saw these two in the Bridge District. There was something familiar about them.
Right, wild magic users are pretty fascinating, turning heads wherever they go, you know. Or maybe the smell of singed hair tipped me off.
Don't be silly, Nira. You weren't nearly close enough to smell us, and I hadn't had a wild surge for days.
Oh, right, thanks. Warning, Talana is so literal-minded.
If you tell her she needs to catch 40 wings, the next thing you know she'll be pawing eyefully at her eyes. Understood. Now, where were you?
Oh, right. So, Hayes and Talana noticed me following them and thought I was an agent of the Order.
They cornered me and we all let loose. The only reason we didn't fry each other was because the cowled wizards showed up. They gave us their little warning, and the three of us started talking, and we realized that we had what we had in common. The rest is history.
Anything else you want to know?
Tell me about the Order.
Beyond their eagerness to hunt us down like stray kobolds, we don't know much.
Their interest in wild magic certainly doesn't seem extraordinary. I mean, I'm a wild mage, right? But I am other things too. Really long walks, carrying a lot of gems and crossbow bolts, men with beards, the list goes on, but the Order is obsessed. So it sounds.
The woman you saw, Lanith, seems to be their leader, at least in Amn.
It seems like every Thayan I've ever met is another Thayan puppet. Who knows who's really pulling her strings? Tell us the latest news, Talana.
Very well. After you left, Nira, I was able to recruit 2 wild mages. With your rescue of Merith.
She got here safe then? Oh, that's great. Merith is the little girl I gave my talisman to in Ethkatla.
Right. With Merith and the 2 new wild mages, there are now 11 of us.
I tried to recruit one more, an elven mage named Daxus, but he refused.
Really? Did your husband give him a dirty look?
No. He said that he was too famous and too powerful to be kidnapped by Red Wizards. He doesn't really understand the danger of the Order.
Another problem that's come up Noctor, that is our magical artificer, Conrad, has run out of materials for the talismans of the Heartfire that teleport us to the camp.
I see. Well, I'm glad you're here. Sounds like we've got lots of work to do.
Sorry about that. Feel free to look around the camp and talk to people if you do want to help. Noctor would be a good person to start with. Thank you,
We'd
Nira.
be
I'm
grateful
glad to help.
for any help you could give.
Please speak to me before you leave the refuge. I think Daxius would be in grave danger. I wonder if you could convince him to come here soon. Nalia, I hope we can do something. I've always wanted to help grassroots organizations take actions against a powerful oppressor. Alright. Head on in. I guess we're speaking with you now.
Hello again. I hope looking around has convinced you to help. The elven mage I mentioned, Daxus Terralon, is at Delasar's Inn in Athkatla's Bridge district.
I'm not sure how he spends his days, but evenings he can be found in the inn's common room. Please go and convince him to come and join us. He's certain to attract the Order's attention soon if he hasn't already. Right, consider it done.
Thank you so much. My husband is journeying to Athkatla for supplies.
I make sure his visit overlaps with yours. Ideally, you'd use one of Noctur's talisman to send Draxus to us, but if Noctur's can't forge one in time, Hayes can escort him here. Hayes will be south of Desolar if you need him. Right, I'll take care of a few things first. You can trust me to get this done.
Good, good. Do you have any questions before you get going?
Right, more about Hayes. He's your husband.
Yes, and he's a good man to put up with all this.
I know he'd rather be back in Athkatla or in Trademead, but our talents as wild mages means we can't live ordinary lives, not until the Thayan threat in Amn is gone anyway. He may seem gruff, but as his wife I can tell you he's tolerant and kind.
Any other questions?
Tell me about Draxus. How would I recognize him?
An odd character. But look at the company I keep.
He seems overconfident, like many wild mages I've met. He has an independent streak that is less a streak than an entire canvas. You'll see what I mean when you meet him. Don't worry about being able to recognize him. That won't be a problem.
Any other questions?
Right, tell me about the hidden refuge.
Nira is passionate about it, and her passion is somewhat contagious.
Somewhat contagious? Thanks for the ringing endorsement, Talana.
I just wish it weren't necessary.
Hayes and I are willing to do whatever it takes to keep our magical brothers and sisters safe, but I would rather have a quiet home in the city than hide out here. But the refuge is far, far better than rotting in some red wizard's laboratory.
Any other questions?
Has Nira been helpful? Nira been helpful.
Hold it. You never told me you were going to ask for references.
Ah, nice. Nice.
More than helpful.
See?
The hidden refuge simply wouldn't exist if not for her.
It was her idea to set up camp here, to install the magical wards, and to recruit other wild mages to the cause.
Pretty good, huh?
Any other questions?
Nope, there's much work to be done.
Farewell. Tomorrow be with you, and may you find Daxus less stubborn than I did.
Alright. Let's walk around here for a while. So, Merith.
Hi there. You're friends with Talana, right? I'm Merith.
Right, hello, Merith. We are. Yes, we
I'm
are.
her friend too. Hayes is not my friend though. Don't tell Talana, but he is mean. Anyway, Talana, she's been real good to me since I came here.
I'm sure she has. She seems like a pleasant sort.
Yes. I like Miranda too. She's funny.
there aren't many other girls in the camp except for Kirk's mum, and she's always seems sad. Kirik is a boy, but he's funny anyway. I'm glad he's here.
Hey, I'm here too. Or at least I'm here right now. Do you remember me saving you from that witch?
Oh yeah! You're the one with pink hair. Thank you. I really miss my mom though.
Right, I understand. I never knew my mother and I lost my father, the one who raised me anyway. My other father's gone too, I suppose. Sure, let's go with that one.
Hey, I didn't know my dad, and you didn't know your mom. So we're kind of the same, you and me.
Alright.
You know what? My mom gave me a hairband that was hers.
Her hair was so pretty and long, much longer than mine. I lost it right before I came here. I wish I could have it back. Well, I'll look for it, and if I find it, I'll bring it back to you.
Really? That would be great. Before I disappeared, I was where the big bridge is in the city.
I think I lost it near some boxes close to where that witch chased me. There will be many crates in that part of the bridge district. I will look for it there.
I hope you find it and bring it back. I think you will. Bye.
I know we've got other things to deal with, but I feel responsible for her in a weird way.
I'd really like to help her out. Boo says we should find the hairband. Boo believes the children are our future. Alright. Krylik.
Oh, I didn't do anything. Kirikal.
Why, hello there. Hi. What's your name? Kirik. Hey, that's quite a long name you have there. No, not Kirik. Well, my name is Conrad. What do you think of that? Conrad, that's a silly name. Silly, why is it silly? Sounds like a baby name. Yeah, you're probably right. Amanis Kal.
Greetings. I am Amanis Kal, lately of Kalimshan. This is my son, Kirik. Welcome to the Hidden Refuge. I overheard Helena speaking to you. I hope that you can help us. You must have many questions. If you have any for me, I'd be pleased to answer them.
Right, how did you come to be here?
Not long ago, I fled to Athkatla with my son.
I took a room that overlooked the water. It was quiet, but I was very afraid that the red wizards would find me and Kirik. I was also afraid that I would soon run out of money.
By chance, I overheard another guest at the inn, an elf named Daxus, discussing a wild mage camp.
You cannot imagine my astonishment. He was speaking to Tilana. I interrupted, explained myself, and implored her to take us here. Kirik has the talent too, you know, a fact which I struggle.
That is my tale, or part of it. Would you like to know anything else?
You are from Kalisham?
Yes, I am a Kalishite, originally from the great city of Kalimport.
As a traveling performer, however, I have not stayed in any one place for long since I was a child, though I never left Kalisham till recently.
That is my tale, or part of it. Would you like to know anything else?
What happened to Kirik's father?
Alas, his death is partly why I am here, so far from the country that I know and love.
He was also a wild mage, and together we used our unique gifts to entertain. I know now how foolish and dangerous this was, but performing gave us places in the world and the chance to raise our son well.
Emissaries of the Order saw one of our performances and killed my husband on the spot.
I was lucky and escaped, fleeing with Kirik to Amn. Forgive me for crying. We have a saying in Kalisham: the ocean is made of a mother's tears.
That is my tale, or part of it.
Would you like to know anything else?
Nothing more for now. Alright, they've actually done a lot of this with the campier voices and such. And we've done good work on this. Reginald.
I've heard of you. I'll make this short. I'm Reginald. You're not. Talk's done.
Hello Reginald, I see you're half-orc.
So you have eyes.
Nice.
No more talking. Go.
Half-orc wild mage, you must have a fascinating story. You're probably polymorphed or something.
Idle chat makes me angry.
Reginald gets angry very easily. Hayes didn't want him here at all on account of his temper.
I thought changing his name from Rugul to Reginald would help, but well, you can take the name out of the half-orc tribesman, but you can't take the half-orc tribesman out of the half-orc tribesman.
Why are you still here? I said go.
Right. Right, let's go. It's fine, we could push it, but I don't want to risk a fight here or anything like that. Knoctor the Fizzled.
Welcome, welcome. Nira brought you, so I trust you're a good sort. She has done so much for me, for Talana, for everyone. I am Noctor, also known as Noctor the Fizzled.
Not the most sobriquet. However you pronounce that, I have no idea. S-O-B-R-I-Q-U-E-T, sobriquet. But apt, what can I do for you? Greetings, Notter. Why don't you tell me a bit about yourself?
Me? Well, I was among the first to see the wisdom in setting up camp here.
I think I speak for all of us when I say I hope that it's a temporary measure, that the threat from Thay will pass, or at least diminish, but while it's strong, I feel we have no choice but to band together and do what we can to protect our own.
As for me, what can I say? I'm from Perskal, a trade city here in arms.
I've had a fair hand with metal and wood, and some have called me a craftsman. I call myself a thinker. It's a bit less pretentious. I do have a knack with certain magic items.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Right. Why do you call you the Fizzled?
Have you ever seen wild magic at work? If you have, consider yourself lucky.
It rarely works at all. I'm particularly prone to having spells fizzle.
I have a theory that the magical energy that seems to fizzle is really just stored up inside me.
It helps me do what I do best, craft magical trinkets. But it's just a theory, and it's possible I developed it to make myself feel better.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Tell me about the talisman of the Heartfire.
They can only be used once, and the components to create them are quite costly. But in these dangerous times, they are necessary.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to search for and donate some of the things needed. I'll be happy to help in any way I can.
Wonderful, wonderful. I hope you do not have second thoughts when you hear what the items are. One talisman of the Heartfire requires a silver necklace, 2 diamonds, and 3,000 gold pieces.
I don't spend the gold, I melt it down, and must have a large supply so I get the things just right. Well, consider it done, I guess. I have to remember not to sell diamonds and silver necklaces I come across.
Excellent. Return to me with the items, and I should be able to make a talisman in short order. Is there anything else you want to discuss?
Do you sell any of your magical crafts?
Alas, no. Most of the items I make these days would not be of much use to adventurers.
Crafting such things is within my power, but I have my work cut out for me and making things for the camp.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Well, farewell. So, do I happen to have a store? Gem back. No, I have silver necklaces. Don't have the diamonds. So 2 silver necklaces. I see. And you should be identified. Oh, your inventory is full. Bloodstone amulet. We have stuff we probably don't really need anymore. Right, you have stuff to identify. Warhammer +1.
Look,
I
have
have
no
had to
space
drop
for
what
any
you
more.
gave me. I have only
I've
2
placed your
arms
item on the
and
ground.
no more space.
Oh, this is the stuff that Eri gave us when she left. Yeah, we have to look into this at some point. Short sword +1, bolts +1, and arrows of fire.
I'm not accustomed to such
Look,
loads. I've had to
I have
drop
no space for
something.
any more. I've placed your item on the ground.
Right, you get some potions then. And then you grab the arrows nonetheless. Alright. Right, Saviak.
Whoa, long time no see. Wait, well, I guess you just have one of those faces, man. Who are you? Me? I'm standing here, relaxing in the breeze, you know?
Alright, I'm kind of trying to get to know everyone. What's your name?
Zaviak, good to meet you. What was your name again? Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. You see all these trees around us?
Yes, of course I see the trees.
But do you see them? I could stand here and watch them for hours. This forest is like immense.
Yeah, I see the immensity.
It's everything. It's like the whole universe rolled into a ball of wild green forest life. You know, I really wish Wilson were here. He'd love to see this.
Wilson?
That's right. Best bear in the world. That guy had heart, you know. Anyway, I haven't seen him around for a bit. Tell him I said hey if you see him. I'm gonna get back to doing the brews.
Zaviak's great, but I think he got knocked on the head a few too many times in the Black Pits. He's our resident alchemist. We only use his potions as a last resort. His magic tends to make them go a little funny.
Alright. Where is Wilson? That's a quest apparently. So we have to find a bear.
Being in the woods always reminds me of the high forest. I like it.
Right, King Graham.
Ah, the agents of the Society of the Black Mantle. We thought you might come for us. Good thing we have an assortment of items with which to defeat you.
Alright, you must have me confused with someone else. My name's Conrad. You found me out, let's battle. Who is this we? I only see the one of you. No, we must be confused with someone else.
It is? Well, you're not part of the Society as far as we know, unless you're in disguise like that troublesome genie. We knew it. We saw the twinkle in your eye just now. Go on, go on. We have our mortality and the dismal destiny of our kingdom to contemplate.
Our heir is enslaved by an evil wizard, for all we know, and may at this very moment be cleaning a chicken coop or some forlorn crag. You seem to be in quite a state. Is there anything I can do to help?
Help? No. We've always solved our problems by ourselves, and in the most ludicrous ways imaginable. Off with you.
I take my farewell of you with pleasure, Your Majesty.
Poor King Graham. He's a wild mage, all right, but he needs other kinds of help. Lana and I saved him from a beating by some thugs at the Copper Coronet. That "we" stuff didn't go over well. Neither did the random color sprays.
Alright, anyone else around here? Bernard Ding? Brad Ding.
What? Oh, greetings.
What's wrong? You seem to be looking for something?
Looking? Yes, I am looking for something. Somebody, in fact. Somebody's to be most accurate of all. Abbot, Comic, Alter, Divine, Chanticleer, Evo, Lucy, and Nectar. Seen them about?
These are people who are friends. Are they lost?
They aren't people. They're very different from people. They're wise and fast, beautiful, soft and agile. My cats. My sweet little babies.
Alright, you're missing your cats. Perhaps I can do something. Tell me more about you.
Gosh, I'm buried Ding. My father was Baldur Ding. My mother was Ismera Ding, nay Dag.
Born and raised in discovered my wild magic at the age of 33. Employed for 42 years as a tax clerk in the government district. Great dislike for rhubarb. Most importantly, my cats are missing. Very well, what can I do to aid you?
Wonderful. There are 8, and they can only be in one place now, the wild forest.
Just take this food and lure them to you. If you bring 8 back, I'll give you a reward. I apologize if I was rude earlier. Think nothing of it, I will return with your cats. Okay. So from slaying Saravok to fetching cats. Grand. Right, so we've spoken with everyone in the camp, it looks like. Except maybe the guy at the door. What's his name, Hayes? Oh, he's gone to the city. Alright. I will take a break here. Thank you very much for watching.